Hey, ballers. Today, I have the pleasure of interviewing Huy Nguyen from Houston, Texas. Huy and I have a few things in common. We both moved to the US from Vietnam. We both hold a bachelor degree in computer science. It took Huy 2 years to decide to leave his IT job to become a real estate investor. Now, Huy did not hit the jackpot right away. However, he and his wife are doing amazing things right now. They both enjoying life, the freedom that this real estate path has brought them, and they actively growing, building wealth, growing their operations and building wealth through real estate by adding more rental to their portfolio and growing their brokerage team. If you are someone who's thinking, oh, can you do this? Then this episode is for you. I highly suggest you to listen to this episode because the only limitation you have is what between your ears. So I really can't wait for you to join this conversation between Huy and I. Now, if you enjoy the show, please rate us, review us, or share us with a friend. That would help spread the word and inspire others. Now, let's get to the intro. Hey, ballers. Welcome to episode 122. With me is Huy Nguyen from Houston, Texas. Hey, Huy. So great to have you here today. I know it's kind of a rainy day outside. So how are you?
I'm doing good, V. Thank you so much for bringing me here, and super excited to be here. And my goal in the next 1 hour is to share as much value as I can to you and your audience. So happy to be here, happy to help.
Well, yeah, thanks for being here. We've run into each other over the years, and you always have like this positive, big smile on your face.
Thank you.
You know, that's how I remember you by. Another impressive thing about you was I think we may have worked with the same banker. The banker has positive things to say about you. So thanks for being on the show today. Can you give us maybe a quick introductions of, maybe your name, where you are, what do you do?
Yeah, so for those that don't know me, my name is Huy, and I've been in Houston pretty much, ever since my parents, fly me here on a plane to the United States. I've been here since my high school year. I picked Houston to be the city to live in, and happened to be the right and probably the best decision ever, right? Houston is the most amazing city to live, to work.
What year did you come?
2003, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just ninth grade, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, English as second language, that was challenging. But just like you, we kind of work it out. We go to school, we go to college, get a job somewhere, and here I am, talking with you about real estate.
So you are doing real estate right now. Are you into multifamily, single family? Tell us a little bit about what you do in real estate.
Okay. So long story short, right? So fast forward, I go to school, I get a job, I work at my degree, by the way, is computer science. And I get a job at Hewlett Packard. It was Compaq back then, and then they become Hewlett Packard. And then Slumber J is my last W2 job, if you will. And then that's when, it's kind of like a light bulb moment, if you will. And then I move into real estate full time. So fast forward, 10 years now, me and my wife, we are in real estate, but we're in multiple niches and trenches of real estate.
Okay.
Yeah. So of course, we are in the same company. EXP is my big, is one of my big thing right now. And within EXP, we have production, right? Buy and sell, and we have agent attraction. So those are like, two company within one company already. And then on top of that, me and my wife, we flip a lot of houses together with our awesome partner. So, EXP, agent attraction, we flip houses, long-term rental as just regular single family. And then Airbnb is another amazing, is another exciting part of our business, right? And hopefully we'll have a chance to talk about that. Multifamily, not so much active, but I do invest passively with other people. So I just basically, pick a good sponsor, if you will, and I give them my hard-earned money in expect for some mailbox money. But yeah, different businesses, but it's all real estate related.
So I hear rumors that you just get things started, but the power behind you is your powerful wife.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You follow Huy on Facebook, social media, you'll see a lot of time he just posts picture of his wife working and he just
I know,
quit
right?
fingers. That's a smart man.
And
So,
actually, this office, when if we have chance, we can talk about this office. Actually, we built it from scratch, and yeah, this is kind of when Jenny she kind of learned her things, and then eventually, as you notice, she just took over the flip business, right? She does things like 10 times better than me, and as when you see something do better than instead of trying to put them down, you promote them, you create
that's right.
positive environment for them to grow. So I always encourage people around me to be better than me, to beat me at everything.
So positive, so given, Huy.
Thank you.
So I just realized you and I have something in common.
Absolutely.
In our conversation. I actually have a degree in computer science from U of H too.
No way.
I don't advertise it because don't talk to me about coding anymore.
All right. It's been such a long time. Okay.
I'm having trouble, a lot of computer trouble lately, so I can't keep up anymore. It's easier to keep up with real estate.
Absolutely.
So tell us more. So you came to America in 2003. Did you already speak English then?
Well, I'm kind of fortunate. I got, my mom sent me to English school when I was in Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get some basic English, if you will, like writing, reading, listening. So I kind of get some basic before I came here, right? But we came here, we go to ESL school, 9th grade, 10th grade, ESL. And I guess it's kind of go from there. But yeah, it's always a challenge, especially, when it comes to real estate, right? People keep telling us, real estate is a real estate business. It's not. It's a people business. It's a communication business. And you have to be really good at communication if you want to be in real estate. Surprisingly, I have a blog. I don't know if you read it yet. So from a guy who struggled in English 1301 all the way to, to having a blog and, can communicate, using writing is, I think that's one of the good achievement that I was able to do.
You should be very proud of yourself. Like I said, I've been watching you on social media and I really admire you guys for everything that you put out there. You share your journey, your traveling, the things that you accomplish. And this is why we're here, right? This is why we do what we do so that we can celebrate and enjoy a little bit of life, what life has. So maybe backtrack. When you graduated computer science, and obviously in real estate, it requires more sales skill. Computer science is more analytical skill. How did you make that transition to go from like an analytical scientific background into real estate that require a sales background? What prompted you to make that brave move?
Yeah. So you're absolutely right. From people like us moving from, coding, sitting behind a computer, moving to real estate sale is amazingly difficult, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of people ask us about, how you do this, how you do that. It's the how is not really the issue. I can tell you that, but the more important question is the why. Right?
Yeah.
Why did you go to all this hassle, all this pain in order to, I would say, change your career, if you will.
Yeah.
So for me, the light bulb, if you will, is when I first get my check, as a IT engineer, right? Get a check. They say your salary is $4,000 a month. You're super excited, right? And you got a check, and guess what? It's not $4,000, right?
Right.
You're going to see social media, you're going to see, I don't know, whatever it is, they keep taking your paycheck. And all of a sudden you realize that you make $4,000, but at the end of the day, you get $2,000 in your bank account.
Yeah.
And what is wrong with this, with the system, right?
Yeah.
Or you dig into it, the more you can find out that, there's really no way for you to get around the system unless you become an investor, and especially real estate investor. And if you want to get, further, if you will, in your income, sell is perhaps, the fastest way, to accelerate your income. If you get stuck on your job, trust me, that $10,000 a month, that 10,000 a year in increase on your salary, even 20 grand increase on your salary per year, it's not going to be enough to sustain, even your lifestyle, you will. I'm not talking about like leaving a legacy or anything, just for you to provide that 10, 20 grand a year is not going to cut it. So that's why I think, if I can either stuck here or I need to do something different, right? And that is real estate. And in the beginning, it was real estate investment. And then I eventually move into sale.
So of all the choices, options out there of, in investing, being a business owner and whatnot, why real estate? This episode is brought to you by Buzz Vacation Rentals, a premier property management company in Houston and Galveston area. Give Buzz a call at 281-549-8432 to learn more about their rent guarantee program, or check out their website at listwithbuzz.com. Now, back to the Real Estate Baller Show.
Well, good question. So I dig into that, right? I dig into stock. I dig into, any other, investment. And as you know, real estate is perhaps the best and the only vehicle that you will, is for you to create and preserve wealth. And also it has a tax benefit of owning it, right? If you buy a piece of gold, you're not going to cash flow from it. If you buy a piece of stock, maybe you can cash flow it with option, with call, but man, it's so hard. But when you own a piece of real estate, like the one that you're in or the one that I'm in, if you know how to leverage it, if you know how to borrow other people's money to buy your real estate, if you know how to leverage other people's money to pay for your real estate, you own a piece of real estate, you control it, you get the cash flow from it, and you get a tax benefit from it, right? And I'm talking about big tax benefit if you structure it correctly. So long story short, I do my homework, I look at Bigger Pocket, I read some books, and the only vehicle that makes sense, we can talk about rev share a little bit right now. Rev share make a lot of sense, but back then,
what is it?
Rev share, revenue share. EXP.
Revenue share, okay.
Yeah, that's my shameless plug. So we can talk about that in a little bit. But before I know revenue share, real estate is the only way for me, to generate passive income and, to preserve wealth and then to build up a legacy, if you will. Just basically something that I can keep so that the government cannot just wash away my wealth, if you will. Right? If you hold $100, they keep printing it out. And then the moment your $100 is losing value.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I cannot stress this enough, right? And I know that this is the only industry that you can enter, that you can start building wealth with little money out of pocket.
Thank you.
Right, if you do it right. And if you buy stock, you got to pay for 100% of it. And then you hope and pray that that stock will go up, right? Real estate, I mean, if you hold it long enough, it's going to go up. It's always appreciation. And you don't need to pay for 100% of it. You just need to have some good credit and enough down payment. 10, 20%. And maybe if it's your own homestead, you only need 3.5%.
There you go.
What industry can give you that, right?
Or when you get really advanced like me, you can burn the property. And when you burn the property, you put no money down, okay? So it doesn't cost me a dime to own this home. And I'm pretty sure, you know this too. If you know how to burn, man, it's like, it's like a golden goose, keeps laying down the egg and then you can just collect it.
Yeah. If you build enough experience and get enough deals under, your belt and learn how to buy discounted deals, then yes, you virtually need no money into the deal at all. So tell us about your operation. What does your operation look like today?
Operation, man, that's a hard question. I don't have an operation. It's just me.
Don't be so modest now.
Well, I can just tell you what my day look like, right? Because I own so many different businesses.
Yeah.
So like today I have to focus on one thing. I can just not like go all over the place. So like for today, Monday is usually my production day. Buyer, seller. Anything that related to, listing a house or representing a buyer. So, I check with my TC, make sure all the deal on the pipeline, is moving forward. And yes, I have a TC, a transaction coordinator, to help to help with my all my real estate related business, like an assistant, if you will. Yeah. So she helped me write a contract. She helped me, follow up after the deal executed. Basically anything to do, beside deal negotiation. I still negotiate the deal directly. But after I negotiated, it fell into a pipeline, and then my transaction coordinator just took over everything. So that is on the EXP side, if you will. And then sometimes if you get stuck on showing, luckily that we're in this company, with so many agents is willing to help, right? It's not like we are competing with each other. I help you and you help me, because at the end of the day, we own the same company, right? If you close a deal, my stock is going to increase. If I close a deal, the stock that you own is going to increase. Yeah. So everybody in my group, if you will, we help each other. If I need help showing, somebody in that local area is going to show me a house. So you save tremendous amount of time showing houses.
So it's beautiful, right? You have an industry that require low amount of capital to enter, and you can leverage everyone in the industry, the knowledge, the experience, to help you to build your own wealth. I'm not trying to sell real estate. I'm not selling a class or anything, but it's just the more you and I been in it long enough that we know this is it's so beautiful. Like, I'm very biased, and I know you are too. Like, this is our life. This is our, livelihood.
Absolutely.
But maybe let me break it down a little bit. So you have the flipping. You do some flipping, right?
Yep, flipping.
You have rentals.
Yep, we can talk about that.
Okay, you have your rentals. Are they long term or are they Airbnb?
Yeah, they are both actually.
Both.
So
okay. I'm gonna give you a chance to get into each thing.
Okay.
And then you also have a brokerage.
Absolutely.
Okay. Do you lend money?
No, not at this point. I borrow the money though. So if you don't need to, let me know. We can.
And you are so that means you are an investor. You buy and sell real estate for yourself, but you also have a brokerage. You're a realtor, so you help people to buy and sell real estate as well.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So in your operations, do you have a team to help you beside your wife and your transactions coordinator? Yeah. Or is it just you three?
Yeah. So I definitely, before I tried to do everything by myself, and as you know, it's not going to be able to scale in the long run.
Right.
Actually my goal, I don't know if you see it, but it's the podcast. So one of my goals this year in my vision board is system, right? So my big word for this year is system. I need to be able to create and leverage the system, so that way, if I get hit by a bus, everything is still run. So that's my ultimate goal. And we just go over EXP, right? So my transaction coordinator kind of oversee everything. I won't touch a lot about the flip here, because I personally do not really active in the flip anymore.
Okay.
I just help basically Jenny, my wife, after she picks it up, and then I get to list it. So it's more like a listing business for me, if you will.
Okay.
But my wife, she handle all the contractors, she handle all the repair. And then Elva is our partner. She handled the buy side, if you will. So we have a good system where Elva, she buy, and then Jenny fix, and then I get to list it. So it's just going and going and going. And
love that. Love it.
And actually, we don't find a deal directly by ourselves. We rely on awesome wholesaler, like such as you are. Maybe your sister. A lot of wholesaler that we know over here. They know that we're a good buyer, right? If you find a deal within our buy box, we're gonna buy, no question that. We are easiest buyer that you can get. Yep. So we rely on wholesaler to help us find a deal.
Okay.
Yep. So that's on the flipping side. The rental side, not too much, because everything is handled by property manager.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you probably know Jerry. So Jerry is one of my awesome property manager together. With Trish from First Class Realty. So they basically handle all of my PM when it comes to long-term rental, and they're really good manager. Yep. Yeah. And then as we talk about, short-term rental, Airbnb right now, I'm actually in my Airbnb right now, and my is actually running around right now, clean the attic, and then she's gonna go ahead and clean a tiny house on the back. Yeah, so I have a system, and you know this more than me, right? Your system is gonna automate all the guest messes, and you have a cleaner that basically run your entire operation.
How many Airbnbs do you have?
4 listing right now. So
Okay.
if you just go to Google, anybody can just go to Google and then they can just type Leo, Leo, Leo Houston Airbnb. You're gonna come up with my profile, and you're gonna see we have 3 tiny house and one home in Conroe. So just 4 listing at the moment.
Yeah, but that's a very interesting idea that you have, though. I was blown away to watch you guys on that little thing, your tiny home projects, and turn into Airbnb. I mean, that's amazing.
Really cool.
Yeah, very creative. But so today, this is how many years later?
This is like when I first quit my job, it was 4 years. I have my real estate license for perhaps like 8 years. But I quit the job, I would say 4 years ago.
Okay, so 4 years ago, and here you are with this, like, a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Now let's maybe backtrack a little bit. What was it like in your first transaction? What did you buy? And what kind of emotion came through?
So my first transaction real estate ever is the home for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So unlike other people, they get the real estate license, they're super excited. They're gonna, come in and they're gonna absolutely kill in this industry. I just want to get a license so that I can save my own commission when I buy a house. That's all it is. Okay, that's all I think about when I first get my license, and that's exactly what I did.
Did anyone tell you that it actually costs more to get your license than to get the commission?
No, I didn't know, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I get my license. I went through like the whole thing of getting the classes, and then I had my license with a broker. He was actually a really good mentor of mine back then. Yeah, but that's my first home. So I bought the home under my broker mentorship.
Yeah.
And I live in it for about 6 months, and then I move out, and then I lease it out. Yeah.
That's amazing. So you bought it. Did you buy it with the intention to like lease it out down the line?
Not really, but back then the house's price was really cheap, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I bought it. He kind of showed me how to run some number, and then the number makes sense. And then all of a sudden, I have a job offer from I have to move from Pearland because I work for Hewlett Packard. Mm-hmm. So the commute from Pearland to Hewlett Packard is a long commute. Yeah. So I have to move to an apartment in the Northwest, and then I end up leasing my house back there in Pearland. And all of a sudden, things make sense, right? People pay for your mortgage, people pay for your for your house, and then all of a sudden you have a house, but you have an extra, well, back then it was like $400, right? The cash flow is really good. Back then it's like $400-$500, and I still keep the house, by the way. Yeah, it was like the best thing ever. Somebody pay for you, and then you get a cash flow from it. So like all the light bulb went off in my head, and I just stopped buying rental houses.
So you still own it today, and it's rented?
Yeah, the value is double, so which is good.
Yeah, so someone is paying down your mortgage, and then we got so much appreciation in the Houston area over the past year.
Absolutely.
So if you want to, you can maybe refi and get some cash out and go take a trip.
Oh, I did that like 2 times already. So the house is on infinite return, right? So we can talk about.
That's right. Tax-free, infinite return.
A lot of my rental, like it's already on infinite return because I refinanced it like 1 time, 2 times. I put all my cash out already, right? And the interest rate is so cheap. Yeah. So, if the house burned down, I'm going to hate it, but who cares, right? All my cash is out. I invested in something else already, or it's in my bank. So that house is sitting on poor, infinite return, which is like an ideal, situation for a real estate investor.
Okay. So some of us investors obviously focus in a niche, but for you, you're kind of doing a lot of things. How did all that come about?
Like you're talking as far as time management or
time management, and what went through your mind, your thought process, as in like, well, I am going to do all these things. How did they happen?
So single family rental the cash flow is getting really, really tight, right? So as an investor who looking for cash flow, you start to look around because you cannot afford to buy a bunch of rental and have each of them cash flow like $100 a month anymore. And then all of a sudden the AC fixed and you negative, so that's not going to work. So in my opinion, single family investment, as far as cash flow is dying, if you're going to invest it for equity, that's good. But as far as cash flow, it's slowly dying. So we need to look for some other alternative. And not enough right now, Airbnb is one of them.
Yeah.
If you rent out your home by day, you can generate so much cash flow, a lot more than in your house by month. So Airbnb is going to be one of the niche that's going to generate you a lot of cash flow more than single home. So that's why I into it. And then, this is...
I'm going to jump in. So you just said that you cash flowing a lot on Airbnb with your Airbnb properties. So, but a lot of time people are shy away from, or they worry about, well, they have to pay mowing, utility, internet, a lot of upfront expenses, So so what you're saying is even with paying those expenses, you still cash flowing.
Absolutely. Yeah. So we have a saying in real estate, right? If you don't know what to do the number, and the number will tell you what to do. Yeah. So it's like anything, you look at an investment, you run your number before you buy that piece of investment. So I'm not sure if I need to pull out my spreadsheet here to share with you, but when I put all the number together, let's say for the home in condo, right, that we was able to purchase with furnace and everything, right? So with the purchase, with the furniture, we all in for $250,000.
Okay. Yeah. How big is it?
About 2,500 square feet.
How many bedroom and bathrooms?
4 bedroom and 2 bathroom.
Okay. Is it on the lake?
It's not on the lake. It's 15 minutes from the lake.
Okay.
10 minutes from the woodland.
Okay. Right? So you probably get at least 200 a night.
There you go. See, and on a weekend, on a Friday and on a Saturday, it's 350.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, if you get 4 weekends, usually it get booked on a weekend, on a Saturday and Sunday. Yeah. If you get 4 weekends and each of the weekend, it's going to generate you $700. Mm-hmm. You don't even need to do the number to know that the cash flow is going to be crazy, right? So it's going to offset all the utility, all the internet, all the lawn mowing, all the electricity and basically everything. And then, on the Monday to Thursday, if you lower your price enough, to 150, you're still going to get booking. So if you put everything together, that is like a 20-30% cash on cash return. Where can you buy a 20-30% cash on cash return nowadays?
I don't know. Real estate?
Absolutely. But Airbnb, we have to, select the right property. But if you select the right one, it could, generate still, cash flow for an investor that's looking for cash flow.
But that is a very labor intense business model. Mm-hmm. How do you manage that?
So we can rely on, property manager like you, right, V? I know that short-term rental property manager to help people with this. Or like I say in the beginning, you leverage a system, technology. So we have a lot of technology now. The industry is mature enough. We have so many services to help, Airbnb investor. You can automate the message, that send check-in, check-out instruction for all your guests. Yeah. And you can share with your cleaner the schedule so that she can come and clean your property when the guests go and when the guests, check in and check out. So you can automate a lot of it. And if you just want a really hand-off experience, I found that, more amazing property manager that specialize in short-term rental, just as you are, is getting to in the industry to help serve people that want to invest in Airbnb, but they don't have the time to set it up.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time to set up that system. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely.
To automate everything. And then when you do, if let's say you have guests coming in, but your housekeeper didn't show up.
Oh, that's going to be a nightmare.
And then your backup didn't show up either. And then that's when you go, well, okay, you got to drive all the way to Conroe to clean, right?
Oh, yeah. So you are the last backup. I am the last. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Fortunately, for our property management company, we have system in place that I personally have not yet to go clean a house. But knock on wood, I don't. I don't hope that happens to anybody. But it can happen.
Yeah, and you
Yeah,
do whatever it takes, to host your guests, right? So treat your guests like your friend. That's gonna drive your review.
yeah.
Your review is so important.
Okay, so you have system in place for that. Do you plan on adding more Airbnb?
If I add more, I probably, yeah. I could. Yeah, I'm actually adding one more right now, but I think eventually, I need to either like you say, create my own system or leverage property manager, like your company to help us, with managing all the short-term rental. That's like you say, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work, especially like for you. I mean, you doing so many things. So, what
I know.
kind of how many transactions do you average on a month?
At least for 3 to 4 transactions.
Yeah.
And that's, as you know, that this is our icon, that is our icon, threshold, right? If
Mm-hmm.
you close about 3 or 4 deals a month in Houston, you're
Mm-hmm.
probably gonna hit icon. And it make a lot of sense to hit icon at EXP because you get all that $16,000 back in stock. And if you check our stock right now, it's $50, which is good.
Okay, so you've been talking about this icon and EXP.
Mhm.
This is not a sale pitch for EXP, but maybe just share a little bit of what it is with us.
Sure. And actually, trust me, it's not a sell pitch. If you put your investment hat on,
Yeah,
when I evaluate, an investment opportunity, right?
yeah,
I look at, all the brokerage. I look at, all the aspect, and
right.
especially, the aspect of equity and cash flow is the two
Mm-hmm.
things that any real estate investor to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm looking to hang my license, right? We keep telling people, hey, to stop renting the house, to buy the house all the time, right? But when you look at yourself, you are renting your license with a real estate broker before EXP. Only with EXP, you have the ability to own the brokerage that you work for. So that's the equity part of it. So over
Mm-hmm.
here, as an agent, you and me, we have an option to own the company we work for. So we get to, get the share of stock when we cap. We get a share of stock when the agent that we sponsor into the company close a deal. We have the 5% program. Whenever you close a deal, you contribute 5% of your commission to buy the stock EXPI at a 10% discount. And then the biggest award of all is the icon agent, right? You cap and you close 20 more deals. The $16,000 that you pay into the company, they pay it back to you in form of stock. And when I started, the stock was $3. It go all the way up to $140, and it's split. So everybody in our company get double the stock, right? So when you talk about equity increase, which is a really important piece of an investor, it's a no-brainer when it comes to like again, Seamless Plug EXP Realty. The equity piece of it is just amazing. And we even haven't touched about revenue share yet, right? Rental right now, Airbnb is a lot of work. What is all the piece of investment out there that doesn't require you to extract your capital, to deploy capital, if you will, and generate cash flow, right? Revenue share, agent attraction will allow you to do that, right? I don't buy my agent. I have 130 people in my group right now. I don't buy people into my group. I through leadership, to influencing people the right way, you impact their life, and then they come into the company, and then whenever they close a deal, a piece of their commission gets sent into the company, and then you get the referral fee. I won't go into the detail here, but just think of agent attraction is like having rental without paying for it. And when you put your investor hat on, it's a no-brainer.
Well, I feel like there's two groups of people, right? Two groups. It's either you see the potential in EXP, or you don't. It's like people that don't see the potential, look at it as a multi-level marketing company, right? That, is a negative connotation to it. And then the people that see the potential, that really take advantage of it, I think they can make a really good future out of it.
Absolutely. And if you don't mind, let me just input a little bit. I pick up your comment regarding MLM, network marketing. So EXP is anything that you want it to be, right? It's all about your mindset,
right?
It can, somebody tell me EXP is a real estate company, that will
Yeah.
work. EXP is a tech company, that will work. EXP is a leadership company, that is true as well. EXP is a leadership development company, that is true as well. EXP is the ultimate MLM company, that is true as well. Anything that you tell EXP to be is going to be true. It's all up here in your mindset. If you tell yourself that EXP is going to be a good company to work for, I'm going to be here, I'm going to lead my people, I'm going to become a leader, I'm going to have an impact on the community, I'm going to change the buyer life, seller life, I'm going to impact so many agents, and that's EXP for you, right? If you are negative, and then it's not going to work. So it's all in here. It's all in your mind.
So here's another question.
Absolutely.
With you doing all these, like we kind of talked about it, we didn't really go deep into it. How do you manage? How do you, make sure things don't fall through the crack?
Good question. One of my pain point right now. I gotta be honest with you, it's tough, right? Thing is gonna fall to the crack, and like I told you, I kind of have a team per day, if you will. Mm-hmm. So I just focus, on one day, I just set my mind like, hey, today, I need to focus on production, right? Buyer or seller. And then Tuesday is my agent attraction day, right? I talk with Jeff, I talk with Amanda on Tuesday. I follow up with all the people in my group as far as rev share. So Tuesday is my agent attraction. I'm gonna do other stuff, but most of the time I'm gonna think about agent attraction. Make sure nothing, I get everything taken care of. Okay. And then Wednesday is kind of like my investment. I check on Airbnb. I make, I do some price adjustment on my rental. I check with my property manager. And then, maybe Thursday, I pay a little bit on attention on the flip. I maybe help Elva find some deal, go help Jenny with some stuff related to the flip. Yeah. But every day is like team, if you will. So that way, I can kind of keep my sanity together. And of course, big kudos to my team, to my transaction coordinator, to my property manager, to my cleaner, to everybody that helping me make this work. Because, this is not, I could not get here, without people helping me. My sponsor, my mentor, my lender, everybody working together for a win-win situation. Yeah, so I rely a lot on other people to help me.
You are such an amazing person.
Thank you.
So do you have maybe one of your mistake or a regret that you would, if you look back into your real estate path, career, year to date or all time to date, what could have been the one thing that you wish you could have done differently?
Oh man, I would say I make a lot of little mistakes along the way. I'm trying to think of a big mistake, but I couldn't think of any yet. Perhaps one of it is, I guess not pulling the trigger soon enough. When I was at my, daytime job, if you will, I was so afraid to quit. And, I'm thinking about, doing real estate full time for 2 years. Yeah. Right. It took me 2 years to trigger. So I keep thinking back, like if I would have started just a little earlier, I think, thing would have been more faster. But yeah, I was so afraid when it comes to big decision, and I tend to sit on it for like, a year. Like when I come to EXP, right? I don't just come right away. It took me like 6 months, and the stock, it went from 50 cents. Back then, it went from 50 cents, it went from $3. And then I joined at $3. It's like, oh my God.
Well, I think that has to do with your background of, the computer science part of you, right? You got to analyze it and make sure you make a safe decision.
Yeah. Sometimes it kind of bite you in the back. And just like this office that I sit in, right? If I know what I know now, I probably would have not buy this house because, I was in the rush. I didn't do any due diligence. I kind of rushed into this house, and then I found out that, it had all kind of termite damage. I could not keep any of the frame, if you will. Wow. So we have to pretty much, build a house from scratch. And it doesn't even have, like a slab foundation, and I don't even know what PMB means. Right. So I just kind of jump in and then, work my way out. But it was a struggle. But sometimes it's a blessing, right? Ignorance sometimes is a blessing because you don't know, you just go for it. If I know what I know now, I'm so afraid, I probably could not, have this house, if you will. Yeah,
I think, yeah, I think you kind of touch on something really important. So sometimes, like you said, ignorance is bliss. You know,
Mhm.
when we didn't know what we didn't know, bought some houses or maybe hit more home runs then, and now you know
I
more. You
know.
get confidence, and you overlook things, right?
I know. So that's sometimes I look back and then I just wish, I have that drive back then. I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
It just really drive a good energy that, I'm not afraid of anything. I just go, 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 go. Now you're a little afraid because you make so many mistakes. So I try to work on that mindset.
Well, you're
It's a mind.
kidding me, Huy. You're only in your 30s, so you're still young.
Yeah, we all get complacent, B. So that's the thing. Yeah, we all get complacent, right? You generate even you're not even rich yet. You get complacent at $5,000-$6,000 a month coming in. You get complacent. So you need to work on that.
So at this point, do you feel like you have dialed into your specialty? Like you found out what's working really well for you so
Mhm.
that you can continue doing it?
Yeah, I think pretty much everything that I told you, I think we're gonna continue to do it because I
Okay.
just enjoy it so much. Fix and flip, it's not investing, it's more a job per se, but
Yeah.
it's a good job, right? It
Yeah.
provides a lot of, it provides a lot of cash in the short term. And
Yeah.
then use that cash, to invest in something more long term, maybe give money out, to your apartment syndication friend. They can go out and buy more apartment, buy more Airbnb. So
Mm-hmm.
flipping, we're definitely still gonna flip as long it's good when the market is up, right? When the market goes sideways and you go down, and then
Mm-hmm.
we pivot, we change. But for now, as long as the market is continuing to go up, flipping is a good way to continue. Airbnb, absolutely. If we can buy more, and of course, like I told you in the beginning, one of my biggest thing right now,
Yeah.
I want to go and help out more Asian. It's amazed me that most people they get into the industry. Most real estate agents they get into the industry for the freedom, but it's the freedom that kill everybody. And I just keep seeing people that suffering, working on the weekend, doesn't have enough money to survive, and they get into the real estate, and then it's the real estate that kill them because they don't have a platform, right? They don't have a business. So it's one of my passion to help them.
You just reminded me of a story that I heard over the weekend. This lady, her husband is an accountant, and she left her barber. She was a barber, and she left her career to become a real estate agent
Mhm.
because of all this talk about how hot real estate is right now.
Yeah,
But what people don't realize is right now, all agents, everybody has to work a lot harder just to get the deal done.
absolutely.
Every listing go live, you get like 5, 10 offers, and
Yep.
then the offer fall through. I mean, you take a contract and then it fall through. Then you start all over again. And then as buyer's agents, you got to show like, I don't know, 20 houses, and then you got to
Yep.
submit like 30 offers.
Yep.
And hopefully your offer get accepted. Like it's just a crazy world, and I can't wait for all this to really go away.
Yep, you're absolutely right. So, as the real estate agent, we tend not to think about long term, right? All we chase is commission, commission, commission. And if you keep chasing your commission, 5 years, 10 years looking back, you're gonna have nothing.
Yeah. Well, you're very smart. Looking ahead and trying to build that long-term wealth and take yourself out of the equation so that your operation's not just dependent on you,
Exactly.
to run, to survive. Okay, so for someone who's new, someone
Mhm.
who maybe is in the technical background like you, looking
Mhm.
to pull the trigger to jump
Mhm.
into real estate, what advice would you have for them?
I would say, I just gonna use my story, right? Perhaps one of the things that I did right is I hang out with the right people. It's so important, right? I hang out with you. I hang out with my mentor, Jeff and Amanda, and I just hang out with like-minded people, and that's how I surrounded myself with. Because there's an old saying that say, "Show me five of your friends, and then I will tell you exactly who you are." Right?
Yeah.
If you hang out with a bunch of people who doesn't do anything, and then you're gonna end up not doing anything. But if you hang out with people who closing like 300 home a year, 200 home a year, 10 deals a month, buying an apartment, owning a bunch of Airbnb, having thousands and thousands of people in their revenue share group. If you hang out with those people enough, eventually you will become one of them, whenever you like it or not. So the process is very organic. The process is very natural. So I would say, advice for new people: find someone that you want to become, and then just find a way to add value to you, right? If you want to become V, and then see if V need anything, and then add value to V and V business. Yeah, so just find people that you want to become, and then add value to the business. Successful people is busy.
Maybe you want to become like Grant Cardone or somebody.
I always look up to them. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yep.
Yeah, find people that have the same value, like some people who are bigger than you, and try to get there, right?
Yep. I'm not telling you to kick your unmotivated friend out and never talk to them, but make a conscious decision, to spend more time with the people that you want to become.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so last questions. How does the audience get in touch with you?
You can, I just start, active on Instagram, so they can follow me on Instagram at Cashflow Agent is the handle. Yeah, I can drop it to the show note. And then I have a Vietnamese Facebook page. It's called Đầu tư nhà Houston. I can give you and share.
Yeah, send me the links. I can put it all in the show notes as well.
But yeah, I'm pretty much active on Instagram and Facebook. You can just message me, and I should be able to get with you right back.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoy the show, subscribe, then share us with a friend. You can also give us a shout out on social media using the hashtag REBallers, or just tag us at REBallers. If there's any feedback or comment, please send us an email to info@reballers.com. We will work on keeping the good content coming. Thank you, and see you next time.